Now that we have our project complete, we're going to create our presentation and construction documents. So I'm here in my project and I've gone through and done any final cleanup or adding of notes, or any other detailing that I wanted to do. I've also created all of my schedules and gone in and edited those how I wanted them. So I'm ready to go to print out my presentation or construction documents. So let's go over and look at that. What we're going to do is go to File, and we can either just click New Layout. So if we do that, it just pops open this 24 by 36 template, and that's what's going to just be set in the defaults, and we can go in and change that if we want to. Or you can go here to Templates, New Layout from Template, and that will take you to the Chief Architect template folder. And these are the preset title blocks that they have set up for you. So this is the one that opened automatically, and these are some others. This is the other one that I typically use. This is the 11 by 17, and it's preset for you. So once you choose your basic template from the preset options, you can go in and edit this in any way that you like. The first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure you have your page size set up properly. So the two templates are this is the 11 by 17 template, and this is the 24 by 36 Architectural D. This is a typical one that we're using for any construction documents that are being printed out going to the job site for your contractors for large sets. And usually we use the 11 by 17 for kitchen and bath or presentations. And a lot of times permit departments want 11 by 17 as well. But the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're on your correct paper size. And if you do not want 24 by 36 or 11 by 17, all you have to do is you go here to File, and then to Print, Drawing Sheet Setup. So we'll go in here, and now here we can choose whatever size we want this paper to be, our printout size. So whatever we change this to, right now it's 11 by 17, but if I wanted to make it really big for some reason from here, I could choose that one. And you can also set your drawing scale, which you always want at 1:1, unless you're doing something special. Don't mess with that. And then so you can set your margins for your printing and your line weights here. So we will click OK, and I'll just show you what that does. So I made that really big on purpose to show you. So it changes your printing paper size. So now you're maybe wondering about your title block. So it doesn't fit. All of this is completely editable for you. So what you want to do now is you want to make sure that you go to your 0 page to edit your title block. You want to definitely everything has to be on your 0 page. Everything that you put on this page is going to be on every single page moving forward. So your 0 page is your title block page. So do all of your editing in here. So I'm going to go ahead and change this back to the 11 by 17 because I really don't want it that big. And just change it back to the 11 by 17. So, okay, so let's go over here to the 24 by 36. So if I want to adjust, I can adjust anything here. All of these lines, but you can't adjust it on any page except your 0 page. So always make sure you're on your 0 page for making any edits. Now that we are on the 0 page, we can select any of these elements here and make any changes we want. So if I want to make this box smaller, I could do so. I could change the size of any of this. All this is all of these drawing tools here. That's all of this is made of. So you can adjust any of this. You can add anything new that you want. Okay, I'm just going to undo those changes that I just made so that it just goes back to the default. Okay, so there's all these boxes over here on this side for your title block, and you can add anything that you like into these. So one thing that typically we like to add is our logo. So what you want to do for that is go to File, Import, Picture, and then choose your logo. There. And then you can just resize that, rotate it, whatever you need to do, and pop it in where you want it to go. And then you can add any other of your information. You can, let's see, I don't really want that. I just want this to be my logo right here. And then for mine, I will add any of my credentials, my stamp, things like that up there. And then also in here, there are some presets. So this right here, let's open this text up. So this right here, this is just regular text. If I open this up, it's just regular text. So you could write anything you wanted in there. This right here is going to be what's called a macro. So this is a piece of code that pulls out certain information. So this one in particular always puts today's date on it. So I always have this on all of my title blocks so that no matter when I print, I always have the current date on there and I don't have to worry about going in and changing it, because inevitably that's a little detail that you'll forget to do, especially if you're in a hurry doing last minute changes, whatever it is. So I always have this current date code. So it works similarly if you've done that type of thing, like in a Word document or something like that, or in Excel. It's the same sort of thing. So let's go out of this and I'll show you how to do a new one. So if whatever text you want to add, you're going to go here to this text tool and just click anywhere and you'll get this this text box here. And you want to use, there's two different types of text boxes that we had talked about in another lesson, but you always want to use your rich text if you're going to want to use a macro. So here we can type anything we want to, or if you want to use a preset code, you go here to this little symbol, and then there's all of these different pieces of information that you can add in there. So that time and date is here. So there's a different version, so you can actually put the actual time of day if you want it on there. So let's try that one, and okay to that one. So I could even have the time of day on there if I wanted to. The other thing that you're going to want to have on your sheets is the sheet numbers. So as you go through, if I go over here to page 1, there is a text here that I cannot click on. So see anything here that's from page 0, I can't select. This is on each page and it's set. So that means there's a text box here. So let's open that up and see what that looks like. So that's got another macro in it. And you can see here it's got the layout label. Okay, that's here under layout info, and it is the layout label, which is the layout page label. So you can make that any of these that you want, and those are going to relate back to the page info that is coming from the page information that is going to be over here. If you want to look in your project browser, you go over here to your pages. Let's see, which one is this? This is 3, because I have the 11 by 17 open as well. So this is number 3. So we'll go to our pages here. So these are all the pages that we have set up. And right now we just have page 1. But if I were to go to page 2, it's not adding it yet because I don't have anything on it. So let's just start with page 1. So I've got page 1 here. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to right click it and I'm going to go to edit page information. Okay. So here is all of the page information that is attached to this particular page of our layout. And so here is where this is pulling from. That's the label in the macro. So this is a text that we can add, and that shows page. And a lot of times for architectural, we will have an A for architectural. If these are interiors drawings, you'll have an I for that. If it's your electrical plan, you'll have an E. I'll put a link for the standards for those labels in the resources page. But let's call this an A. And then the dash there if you want the dash. And then this number sign is for the page number. And so you put that there because you can rearrange your pages later, and whatever order they are in here, that number will show up here as to correspond to that. So however you want your pages labeled with and then your page number, just this is a little code that you use. And then the title of the page is here. So typically page 1 is going to be your cover sheet and your project overview. So I'll just leave that as that. And then any other information that you want to add in here, and you can. So let's say okay to that. And so now that's an A. Okay. Okay, let's look up here at this page title. So page title is also going to be text. Now here in the template, they have it just as regular text, and they have it rotated for the title block. So here I prefer to do this one as a macro. So I'm going to cancel out of this, and we're on page 1 right now, so I'm going to delete this off of page 1. I'm going to go back to my page 0, and in this, I'm going to bring over a new text box, and I'm going to make this a macro. And I'm going to pull this one from my, let's see, it's on my layout info, and I'm going to do my layout page title here. Okay, and let's see, I don't know how big I want that to be. So let's just say okay and see how that looks. So see, this is the page template. Let's get that centered over here. And actually I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to make this bigger. Oops, you have to select the text, then change the size. Okay, so okay, that's filling that space a little bit better. So now if I go to this page 1, it's my page title. And that's on my page 0. So now every page that I go to, I don't have to add the page title to every page. It's already added there for me through my page 0 macro here. So you can add macros for all sorts of stuff. You can even write your own if you really get into it. You can go here to your tools, to project information, and you can add in all of your contact information as a designer, and then you can use macros to pull that. You can also go to your project information and add the client information, so you can add all of that in here too. So any information that you want to add for your title block, you can get set up here on page 0, and then it's going to add to every page. So you don't have to go in on each page and get it all set up. And then you will have all of that ready for your whole project. So usually we're going to have several pages, sometimes even a lot of pages. In Premiere, you can add, I think, up to 1,000 pages to your drawing. So all you do to add another page is just click the arrow, and that adds another page. And as soon as you add anything onto that page, it creates a page here. And then you can just select it and right click it and go to your edit page information and add your title now, and add your label. You're going to want to add that A dash number sign and your title. So if this is going to be your floor plan, and there we go. It adds that. It adds the page number and adds that title to the page automatically for you.